Welcome to Bituminous Kole. Hey, it's April 1st, April Fool's Day. Let's have some fun. I'll take you to the trains in a foolish way. Let's go to the trains.
I'm in the alley in Fortville, shooting again for where I shot my very first clip on the first video. And I'm here with my old nemesis, the wind. I'm sure it'll sound magnificent. If it doesn't, that's okay, because this is a special edition of Bituminous Kole.
How you doing?
Good, how are you? Perfect. It was interrupted. I'm doing the blooper reel, the April Foolishness edition of Bituminous Kole, and sure enough, no one else comes in through the alley until I get the camera going. Perfect. It could only be more typical if a train started coming by over there. That would be April 1st, April Fool's Day. So, for April Fool's Day, not to be confused with Conrail's 50th anniversary, which it also is. Don't be so cynical. For April Fool's Day, we're going to have some fun on Bituminous Kole. I'll still take you to some trains, but I'm going to show you a lot of goofs and bloopers. There's the old falling camera gag. How about arriving just in time to not really catch it? I'll even show you the very first footage I ever shot on a drone for Bituminous Kole. And yeah, it hit the cutting room floor because it was a dud. So sit back and enjoy. Spring has sprung and April Fool's Day is here. Why not have a laugh? Let's go to the trains.
All right, buckle up. Here we go, for better or for worse. This clip is actually the very first video I ever shot for Bituminous Kole. And what a dud. Well, drones, just like cameras, have lens caps. The story on this one was I was going north. I was thinking I was going to go to Logansport, heading out north from Indianapolis. And as I drove up US 31, I saw a train crossing underneath the bridge. I went, well, shoot, let's chase that. I can see it. I'd rather go for the bird in hand than two in the bush. What a great thing it would have been to catch properly. I mean, what you're seeing now is after I figured out the lens cap was on, I took the lens cap off. It's street running in Kokomo. There's not a lot of street running, but there it is. The train was the Central Railroad of Indianapolis, and they were taking cars to Kokomo Green. Oh, man. I thought right from the jump, like, oh, my God, I'm going to get street running. My very first video is going to be amazing. No, it was not. And so I've never shown it. And here's what looks good-ish. I mean, you can tell what a novice I was at flying the drone. When I go to make a move, it's nothing smooth about it at all. Got to get back out to this location. I have not been there since, and this was June 6th, 2025. Well, here's one of the more current bits of foolishness. So far, it looks great, right? Looks fine. Beautiful locomotives, red and white. I was shooting all kinds of stuff for the 40th anniversary of the Indiana Railroad. This was part of it. And Whammo. Down it goes. I was such a mess. I had waited 3 hours to see this train, and I got sleepy, and then it snuck up on me. And so I wasn't prepared. I didn't have any of my gear up. The drone never made it up in the air. While this phone is down on the ground, that's what actually I was doing, and I realized it's hopeless. So I picked up the phone, did the rest, the last 2 or 3 cars. Oi. There's the drone. There's the drone on the ground. I'd been trying to get it started to no avail. Oh, another street running mishap. You probably saw this one already. But this time at Elwood. Let's see. Displacement. I kind of like the shot, though. I love this. Trying to get it up, pick it back up and get it going. It's coated in snow. And what happens again? Displacement. How windy is it out here? Windy enough to do this. There we go. Blew the camera over. Going for the 3-camera setup in Anderson, Indiana. Well, if 2 are good, 3 are better, right? Oh, yeah. Everything's good here. I'll walk away. Truly, in the whole process, wind has been my biggest enemy. The camera I had been originally using when I started doing this just picked up the wind like there's no tomorrow. The iPhones pick up the wind like there's no tomorrow. So the camera that you saw me lugging across the street there with that enormous windsock, that was the solution. And it works. It cuts down the sounds of the wind, but just endlessly chasing gear. Cautionary tale to those who would follow in my footsteps, huh? All right, Mother Nature, you won this round. This is even more recent. 19th of March. This is one of those where I'm moving with the phone in my hand and I don't realize that I've hit record, and so it's recording. And because I don't know that that's what's going on, I then put it onto the tripod, and I press the record button thinking I'm starting the recording. No, I'm ending the recording. And so I didn't get that train crossing that grade. Ay. This one is from Gallitzin, PA. From the upstairs deck at the Tunnel Inn, right at trackside at Allegheny Tunnel. One last great catch before I go home. Great train. Would have been cool to see all of it. More in the way of cautionary tales. Haste makes waste. Always double check. As the carpenters say, measure twice, cut once. Now, these Norfolk Southern coaches on the OCS, the Office Car Special, were being towed by a rather ordinary Norfolk Southern unit. Now they would be towed by a locomotive in the Landmark Series paint, such as the New Chicago, or the Birmingham, or the Atlanta. I believe the story on this one was it had gone to the Masters at Augustus, Georgia, and was being returned to Altoona. And this move was to turn it around. You know, I could do a whole video, blooper reel, on horrible wind sound. I meet some really sweet people when I'm out rail fanning, but some of them get just as caught up in the moment as I do. This, by the way, will be your experience chasing Big Boy in the summer of 2026. Get used to it. Well, you're looking at the since demolished and now gone coal tower at Michigan City, Indiana. Unfortunately, the drone's gimbal was stuck and would not focus properly. Now, I should have just brought it back, grounded it, and then restarted it. The focus would have corrected itself. But sometimes I also get caught up in the moment, just looking at that magnificent structure, knowing it had less than a month before the wrecking ball came a-calling. So, it hit the cutting room floor. Ever catch two heritage units or special units on one train? This is the one and only time I've ever seen it. And it was the first week I was using the drone. CSX 1776 for the Armed Forces and the We Are One unit. And I blew it. I don't know if this catch is ruined so much as just not to the standard I'd like. I chased this FRA inspection train for quite a while, and, well, the sun went down. What can you do about that, right? Nothing. I'm not set up for night photography, especially from the air. It's at home base Fortville. I'd actually started the day in Logansport with Craig, and we zoomed all over trying to get back to here. And we did get back there. We were on time. Again, the sun was down, and what can you do? The light is the light. And apart from the coaches, the neat thing about this train is the light at the back projecting onto the tracks. I try to set up where I think nothing is going to come in the way. You know, this is a pretty rural area that doesn't see a lot of traffic, so I figure I'm in good shape here. But let's be clear. The person who ruins the shot is me. And in this shot, I'll never unsee my tripod with the iPhone again. I used it in video, but I hope y'all didn't see it, but I know I saw it. Hurry! Hurry! Well, surprise, surprise! There is traffic on this road, right from the elevator, loaded full of grain. And then it dawns on me, oh no, am I blocking his way? Real nice guy, had a nice chat. But by the way, I am there to shoot the trains.
Put that name in? Yep. Thank you. Right. Okay.
You know, I'm not a photographer, I'm a rail fan. And this was shot pretty early at Chesterton, Indiana. I was still in the second week of using the drone. And because I'm a rail fan, I wanted detail. So I kept zooming in, getting closer, closer, closer. And I've learned over time, closer is not better. Further back is better, I feel. At least it suits my aesthetics. This is okay. But I hate what I did with the beginning of the train. So zoomed in, so close. When with the drone and with a lot of other cameras, when you zoom in too much, you get distortion, you get compression. Just not as good as what it could be. So I never did air this one. Just was never satisfied with it. Well, that last clip with the Amtrak train and this one from Horseshoe Curve, maybe not so much ruin, but live and learn, cutting room floor type stuff. I've had these for a long time, just haven't used them because I just didn't feel like they were up to snuff. This one, I think I was afraid of going too high in the air. For a drone, you have a 400-foot ceiling, unless you've contacted a nearby tower or filed a flight plan with the FAA. So I was concerned. I was new. Now I wouldn't hesitate. I'd get right the heck up there. But what do you see? Hey, look at that. The Southern, Norfolk Southern's heritage unit of the Southern Railway passing by the Pensy GP9. And then trailing a high hood unit. And I couldn't figure out what the heck to do. Focus on the Southern unit. Of course, I'm not even doing that. or the high hood unit, which is not this one, not this one, not this one, this one. So it's a pretty great catch, but just inexperience here. Like, get up in the air, get up higher, get above those trees. I'm finally doing it. Of course, the units are virtually gone on their way. Well, I'm not that. More, up, up, up. This is what it sounds like when I'm reviewing my clips, by the way.
We had Indiana Railroad. We had action with those. Words are hard. English, do you speak it? Ooh, look at what the wind's doing to my hair. That's pretty crazy. Look, it's Beelzebub. Hide the children. It's not the Santa train, it's the Satan train. Bituminous Satan. You gotta make light of it, otherwise, you know, it's just. All right, we're at two. Ooh, mow. Take two. Hey. Well, I'm in Elwood, Indiana, once again at the famous track. Words are hard, man. I don't know. I'm going to assume that the locomotive engineer is simply showing proper caution, and you know that you know that he was just interested in. I just got a text and I was reading it. Duh. Well, how do you like that? I was getting ready. I'd unpacked my stuff. Let's start again. Take two. We're gonna go see the Indiana Railroad on the on the Indianapolis Beltline through the bituminous. Oh, I waved the paper for it. Through the Bituminous Kole Research Department and Our Lady of Blessed Acceleration.
These are fun. Setting up the camera just too late. See that? That was the tag, the heritage unit. Again, thank goodness for 3-camera action.
Hey, look, pulling up in Fortville. Yay, Fortville. Hey, look, a train. Arriving just in time to not really catch it. Perfect. Oh, and it's the Pear Marquette. Well, let's see what we're missing as we calibrate the gimbal on the drone. Well, that's typical.
Who needs to see the locomotive? I love rolling stock. Yeah, we love rolling stock. I do, but we like to see the whole train. I mean, the whole train. You know, I really don't know what the hell I was thinking here.
I didn't catch the beginning of the train because it's that bituminous coal luck, good luck, bad luck at the same time, where you get a train, you're like, yeah, a train, and yeah, we're here so on time that I can't set up the gear fast enough. It's a good problem to have, I will admit.
Blessing is a curse, curse is a blessing. Well, I hope you enjoyed a blooper reel here on Bituminous Kole, enjoying a little bit of April foolishness. Next episode of Bituminous Kole will be more of what you expect. It may be a long time before I do another blooper reel. So join me next time, and I'll take you properly to the trains.